What's up, witches? I'm Kasey. Welcome to Bewitching Beauty. Before we jump into it, do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Do you like anti-hauls? Everybody stopped doing them. I think the whole world became so PC, we can't talk about stuff we don't like. But I used to love anti-hauls. When people did them, I wanted to hear the honest truth about what people didn't like so that I knew whether or not I might not like it. But do you like them? Is it just a fad that you don't miss and you're okay with them being gone, unlike myself? Leave it in the comments down below. Let me know if I should do some more of these. So let's jump into it. So what is an anti-haul? Before I just go jumping in, bitching and complaining about stuff, let me tell you, if you are new to the YouTube beauty world, which is not impossible, although where you've been living and how big is that rock, but that's neither here nor there. An anti-haul is essentially where someone talks about items that they are choosing not to purchase for whatever reason. Maybe it's an ethics thing with a brand, maybe it's expensive, maybe you've heard bad reviews, whatever the reason is. Anti-hauls are where you talk about products you do not have in your collection and do not have any intention of adding to your beauty collection. Throughout this video, I will be throwing up some images on either side of me of the products I'm discussing. Obviously, I can't show them to you on camera. I don't have them, and I'm not going to have them. Thus, the anti-haul. So instead, I will be throwing up some images over in these areas so you can see what on earth I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna kind of like walk you guys through some stuff that I'm not interested in, or I don't want, or I'm not gonna buy for whatever reason, because sometimes being positive isn't always fun. Sometimes you gotta tell people the brutal truth. I am going to start with someone controversial. So the first item in my anti-haul is Jeffree Star's Orgy collection, just like the whole collection. I will not be purchasing Jeffree Star's Orgy eyeshadow palette, his mini palette, the lip glosses. I love Jeffree Star's formula. That is certainly not the reason why I'm not going to buy this palette. The reasons why I am not going to buy this palette: it's boring. I mean, of all the words that I thought I would ever use to describe Jeffree Star, boring was never one I anticipated, but this palette is just boring. It is 30 shades of gray, cream, nude to black. Like, it's boring. And on top of that, it's one thing to call your eyeshadow palette or your collection the Orgy collection. However, it is a whole nother thing to have some of the eyeshadow names that he has in this palette. Now, I'm not a sensitive person. Crude things don't offend me. I mean, like, really don't offend me. But names like Money Shot, Happy Ending, Cunnilingus, Glory Hole, yeah, I'm out. So not only is the color scheme deeply underwhelming, also, like, I get it, shocking, crude, highly sexualized, whatever. I understand it. That's your brand. Do whatever the hell you want to. That man is way too successful to be taking notes from other people. But it's a little too far for me. So that one is going to be off my list. Okay, the next item that I will not be buying is ironically the exact same price and the exact same color scheme as the Orgy palette. I will not be buying the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I'll throw up an image right here for you so you guys can take a look at it. Again, this is a very cool toned, neutral palette. Again, just like the Jeffree Star formulas. Stunning. The formula is not the problem. I own two Natasha Denona palettes. The bronze palette and the Sunrise palette. One was a gift, one I bought myself, and I love them both. The formula is incredible, it's fantastic, shimmers and mattes, all of it great. But this palette is boring. It's kind of boring. The issue that I have predominantly with the Natasha Denona palette and the Jeffree Star palette is kind of like twofold, because on top of the other stuff that I don't like about them, I can find every single one of those shades in 10 palettes that I own. So, you know. Next item on the list of things that I will not be buying is ColourPop. Can we just talk about ColourPop for one whole second? I love ColourPop. Their products are great. The quality and the price point of their products are just like fantastic. I want to spend $500 at ColourPop and I would have like a year's worth of new makeup, whereas you try and spend that kind of money in a Sephora, you got like half a face of makeup. However, they have released 4 collections in like literally the last 6 weeks. Of them, every single time I see them, almost, I am like, oh, that's kind of interesting. That would be sort of cool. And then they release another one, and then I don't even have time to consider whether or not I would like to buy that before I'm being inundated with the next one. Now, I get it. Like, this is their thing. They release. They saturate the market with their stuff. It's great. Their stuff is great. But this palette, and this palette look remarkably similar. You know what I mean? I will say that in the last 6 weeks, they have released the Sandstone palette, which I did buy because that color story is beautiful and I don't have anything like it. So we're gonna leave that one off the list of my anti-haul because it's beautiful and I wanted it, so I got it. Okay, so their most recent releases, they have the Wild Nothing collection, the Little Ray of Sunshine collection that was like all daisies and cute. They had their Coral that came out recently, and they had their Candyland collection that just came out. Oh, and then there was that Garden Variety collection. Stop me when you're overwhelmed. Oh, already? I know. Me too. ColourPop, slow down. We love you. You don't have to earn our affection. You have it. Our unconditional love. Chill out. But I will say that they just released sneak peeks of their Hocus Pocus collection, and if you think I'm not buying that eyeshadow palette, I am a sucker. All right, let's talk about the earliest holiday releases ever in life. Okay. When the Christmas holiday collections are already on sale, I need you to calm down. So Too Faced released like pumpkin spice palette in September. What are you doing? No, I will not be buying any of this holiday crap until it is actual holiday season. So back off. It's not even Halloween yet. We are not going to pretend like Christmas is the only holiday that matters. Halloween. Okay, let's talk about a sensitive topic that I will touch very lightly. I will not be buying any of the Rare Beauty products. I love Selena Gomez's music. Selena Gomez, I do not have a problem with. It's just, it seems like there is a recent influx of either existing brands or new brands coming out with these your skin but better, clean, teenager-ish kind of vibe. The whole very minimal coverage face products, mascaras, lipsticks, blushes, all this stuff where you're just sort of like lightly enhancing what you already have. That is great for people who have beautiful skin and long, beautiful lashes and perfect lips and no wrinkles and whatever else that people might feel they'd like to adjust, cover up, enhance, if you will. And I just can't get quite on board with the I'm wearing makeup, but I'm just looking naturally beautiful. You can tell from my style, I don't really want to look naturally beautiful. I want you to know that I put a lot of effort into the makeup that I put on. Like, these lashes aren't comfortable, so I want you to notice that I'm wearing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put effort. I want you to see the effort that I put into it. So that's just me. Nothing against Rare Beauty. I've heard good things about it, but I'm not really interested just because I don't like that whole like barely there look. If you do, you probably want to check that out because I hear really good things, but not for me. All right, let's touch on another one. I will not be buying the Urban Decay Stoned palette or any aspects of that collection. It's starting to feel kind of like Urban Decay is a little out of touch. And that's really hard to say because I remember the first high-end makeup product that I ever bought in a Sephora was the Urban Decay, I think it was called like Big Fatty Mascara. It had this kind of like flowery, paisley, bright colored bottle, and I saved to be able to buy that mascara. And it wasn't even that great, but I loved it. Like, I loved it, and I used it every single day until it dried out, and then I bought another one. So Urban Decay is near and dear to my heart. I love Urban Decay. I do own the Naked Heat palette, which I really enjoy. I own the Naked Honey palette, which I really enjoy. It's not that their products are bad. It's certainly not that I don't like Urban Decay as a brand. It's just, I don't really get the concept of the stoned thing. I understand they're going for like this semi-precious stone, cute shimmers and everything vibe, but I often find that Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes are a little overpriced for the number of shadows that you get in them, not necessarily because of the quality of the eyeshadows, but again, it sort of seems like another release where it's like a little boring. Sorry. The next item that I will not be buying are the Natasha Denona Multichrome Liquid Eyeshadows. Really pretty, but I think that you can probably get the exact same type of product from about 5 indie brands that I can think of off the top of my head. I really feel like they kind of serve the same purpose, but you can get it at a much less expensive rate and also a potentially even better quality, especially by comparison to the amount of money that you'll pay for the product. So I won't be buying any of those. One final closing note, I also will not be buying anything new from brands that are not cruelty-free. Look, I am guilty, I'm sure, of having some stuff that is not cruelty-free. But believe me when I say, and you can verify with my husband because I make it very difficult to shop for me for gifts, that I cannot in my soul consciously buy things that I know are not cruelty-free. My most favorite mascara in the entire world, for example, is Roller Lash by Benefit, and they are not cruelty-free as it turns out, and I did not know that until about a year ago and have not been happy with any mascara since then, but I will not be buying it because pretty lashes are not worth testing on animals. So that's just like broad statement. If it is a makeup brand that is not cruelty-free, then I will not be purchasing products from them, unfortunately, because there are lots of brands that have fantastic products, but I just can't get on board. So that is my anti-haul for September 2020. If you want to see more anti-hauls, maybe next month or maybe Christmas time, let me know. Hey Kasey, I like hearing you bitch. Thank you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before you go, do not forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. What is on your anti-haul list right now? Is there stuff that I forgot about that is just like terrible, awful, maybe it's controversial, you know what I mean? So let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time, witches.